Hi Stampers! Today we're going to be making this little card that I think is just so cute and it's a little unique. Instead of opening the card from the side or from the bottom, this is actually a hidden message card and you actually open it from the top. And this just slides kind of open and this little piece kind of just covers your message. So I'll show you how to make that. It's really cute and fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of Bashful Blue cardstock, and this is cut 4 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches long, and it's just one piece. Then you're going to take a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and this is cut 4 1/4 by 3 inches. And then a piece of Designer Series paper. This one Designer Series paper is actually from the Celebrations DSP, and this is cut 4 1/4 inches wide by 3 1/2 inches long. And you're going to take this 3 1/2 inch long piece, and we're actually going to be using the scallop edge border punch, and we're going to go ahead and cut out the top part, and just go ahead and line up this little thing and get a nice pretty scallop border. I'm going to do this to the other side. Okay, so now we've got our top piece cut. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with a small piece of Bashful Blue for the bottom, and I've already done that, so that's actually going to be on the bottom part here. We're going to go ahead and attach this with some snail adhesive, so we can go ahead and do that already. And then on the actual card, we're going to go ahead and attach this DSP piece of paper, and I'll show you how we're going to do this. We're not going to attach it at the top here because we need this open so that our little message card will fit in the top. So we're just going to put some snail adhesive on the bottom portion and then about 2/3 of the way up. So you don't need to go all the way to the top. And we can go ahead and apply this to the front of the card. So you will have this little opening here like that. Okay. So then we're going to take a piece of the crumb cake cardstock, which is the 4 1/4 by 3 inches, and take a piece of Bashful Blue ribbon, taffeta ribbon, and we're going to go ahead and tie that to the card. Now this is about 16 inches long of ribbon, and we're going to make a nice little bow at the top here. And then we'll have this part of the card all set. Then the only thing that we have to do now is take a little piece of white cardstock, and we're going to go ahead and stamp that. And I went ahead and did that already beforehand because I just want to show you how to put this card together mainly. I can just get my little ribbon tie, that'd be great. Okay, there we go, and we'll just kind of trim off the end there a little bit. There we go. And I've already went ahead and pre-stamped this. So I stamped this with a little birthday cake, and I went ahead and just colored in with some markers and some blender pens and used a little bit of Dazzling Diamonds on there to give it a little shine. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this to a small piece of Bashful Blue cardstock. I'm not really going to give you the dimensions because it really is just going to depend on what your image is, the size, but just go ahead and give it a little border behind there. So we'll go ahead and attach this to the Bashful Blue cardstock, and we'll have that ready to go. And then I'm going to put my message up in here. I went ahead and just stamped out a message on a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and use my word window to punch that out. Okay, so we're going to have this little message on the top, and we want to bring it up fairly high there. We don't want it down here, down at the bottom, because we don't want it peeking through. So we're going to go ahead and attach that with a little bit of snail as well. Kind of line that up. So this is basically how it's going to go together. So what you're going to do then is you're going to slip the crumb cake cardstock inside. And you're not going to attach it yet. What we're going to be using is we're going to be using this small brad. It's like a 5/16 inch brad. We're going to take our mat pack, our little rubber pad, and we're going to go ahead and pierce right through all of the pieces of paper here, the pieces of cardstock. So I'm going to line it up, and I just want to make sure that I'm going to get through all the pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that I've got a good solid hole going there, and I'm going to use my little paper piercer. And we'll go ahead and pierce right through there, and we'll feed our brad through. And there we go. So that's all done. So now you have this kind of action going on here. So there's your little saying. The only other thing we have to do then is I'm going to go ahead and make some little holes across the top here. I just thought it looked a little bit boring, so I'm going to go ahead and use my paper piercer and my little mat pack and just pierce a few little holes along the bottom and the top here just to kind of give it a little bit more interest on the card. I just think that looks just really cute like that. And then when you attach your image, you do not want to attach it to the top of this part of the card. You just want to attach it to your crumb cake and be able to attach it so that the bottom piece is not going to stick onto that cardstock, because you want this to be able to flow up and down on the card. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and take some snail. Actually, you know what? Let's not use snail. I'm going to use some dimensionals. I think those will work better. They'll kind of pop. We're just going to go ahead and attach them to the top part of our image. And I'll probably use a couple of them here. And I don't want to attach it right to the top of the ribbon. I'm going to put it on the cardstock so that way I know that it's secure. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And then that way you have this free flowing. So you can go ahead and open and close this card. And there you have your little card. It's really a cute, simple little card to make. It's a lot of fun, and it's just kind of something different. Anyways, enjoy your weekend, and thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.